Please.
Sure, I can help. Hey, we both get something. I get out. You get to say you're hitched to the most eligible bachelor since Valentino came over. We're even, babe.
Okay, just help them. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Am I here or am I not? Can I hear myself? I can hear myself. I do not know where my chat is. I was over on Rideshare Rodeo's live stream and I did not realize what time it was. So if you're here and was waiting, I apologize. And if you're not here, nobody is here, and I'll be talking to myself. But I got a chance to check out a new camera and got it going. So does the surroundings look good or somebody speak up if we're here? Because I'm not real sure. Uh, it shows for watching. There you are. There. Love the intro. So it worked. Okay, Steve. Last week we was going over that, and he kind of helped me out getting that set up. I was over on Rideshare Rodeo's live stream. How you doing, Jason? Crystal clear. Good deal. I was over on Rideshare Rodeo. I didn't realize it was like 9:05 Texas time, and had to take I had to run to the bathroom. So, and my fire went out in the fireplace. So that's that. Looks great. Camera. It's real cool though. One of the neat things about this is you can spin it around. I had a nice, pretty fire right there a little while ago, but not no more. Here's my camera. That's usually the camera. Let's see, right there is usually what I was doing the live streams with. the Canon EOS R. But I had a camera come in that I did a review on, and this is it. Let's remember the name of it. The instruction book. Getting fancy. Well, it was a review item, so it's not like I bought it, but it's really a good camera. Hold on, I gotta look. The instruction manual doesn't say what kind it is, and it's let's see how good it focuses. Oh, that ain't bad at all, is it? Tong Vio, Tong Vio. Yeah, yeah. Nice little addition, and it mounts on a quarter-inch deal, like on a tripod, and that's where I had that picked up. Free as always, a good price, absolutely. Let's see what else was free. The bookshelf was free. That was free. Whiskey glasses and the case was free. That was free. Uh, that's all I see back there. Computer desk was free. All review items, and it piles up on you if you don't get, or if you get things that you don't need, it will pile up on you. I have a washroom where I live in an apartment, but it's got a washroom in there with shelves up there full of stuff. We give a lot of it away, and some of it I use. Anyhow, that's enough of that. How are y'all doing tonight? Hope everything is well. I guess the camera tries to focus maybe the lights back here or right here. Maybe they're. As I noticed is that. Oh, that's not bad. It's the first time I've really got to use it. I started using it earlier on Steve's live. But anyhow, hope y'all have done well. For some reason, this was a pretty decent day on Walmart Spark. I guess people didn't want to get out. We had sleet earlier today. It was 80 south parts of Texas, down in the mid South Texas, was at 100 degrees 3 days ago. 3 days ago, we was in the upper 80s, might have hit 90. And yesterday it started getting cold, and today it's still cold. So let's see. I wonder. Anyway, I was out dashing when it started sleeting here. I was really surprised. I was pulling into Walmart to get loaded, and I seen the little sleet pellets, freezing rain, sleet pellets. It was sleet. Seen it. That's too zoomed in, isn't it? This has a zoom on it too. Yeah, I was really surprised. My car was showing 41 degrees, and I thought, well, melting as soon as it hit, but it was still kind of wild to see that. Anyway, I didn't really have a whole lot to talk about tonight. Showing y'all that camera. So if anybody does live streams about getting the camera, you can look at this one. I haven't. Well, it might be in the description of the live stream for tonight, but there's a link in there. You can check it out. It's not cheap, but it's pretty good. This camera is mainly for it's mainly for conferences, like the box set for when I worked at North Texas State Hospital, we would take the patients into a room and the doctor would be on a big monitor. That was the way they started doing it. I'm assuming they probably still do it even more so now. But anyway, that's what this is. It's a conference camera. The other one has the base station or the little station that sits on the desk where the people sit at the table. Anyway, that's pretty cool. So if you're looking at the camera, you can check it out. The van says it's 45 degrees here at the present. I think when I came home, it was showing 43. I worked today was actually pretty good. I worked about 4 hours and made more in that 4 hours than I've made in quite a while on a full day. How you doing, T-Ron? All is well, but, yeah, I don't know if it was because people didn't wanna get out and spark, you can read on Reddit and they talk about different Walmarts or checking IDs and stuff. I haven't checked any IDs here, but I do think there from what I understood, there was a mass deactivation last week of, different accounts, and some of them was supposedly the system got hacked, not Walmart, but the Spark app got hacked, and it deactivated so whoever hacked it deactivated a lot of drivers. I don't know if that's rumor or what, I just know that a lot of people on Reddit was talking about, hundreds and maybe thousands nationwide got deactivated. I don't know how much truth that is, but I do know here today, I don't know about yesterday, but today it was a pretty good day. I mean, not for me, it was a good day. Anything over $100 here is a good day anymore. How you doing, pork chop? Hope all is well down there. I hope y'all are warmer than we are up here. I had a pretty fire going, but got involved in Steve's live stream, and the fire went out. Honestly, I was trying to kind of burn off some of this wood because, after this cold spell, there's about a 98% chance we're not gonna have cold enough weather to be lighting a fire again. I was trying to burn some of it off because I really didn't wanna have it sitting out there, but, uh, I bought 5 or 6 bundles. No? Yeah, 5 or 6 bundles a while back, and, thought I would burn it all up, but we didn't have well, for one, I was down for about 2, 3 weeks and just really didn't wanna light a fire, but, I was trying to burn some of the firewood off. Anyway, poor cop. It's the same background that's always there. It's just usually like when I'm using my, real camera, it's got that bokeh which blurs the background and it mainly focuses on me, but, it's the same background. It's, here, hopefully let me move to the right direction. I'll give y'all a tour. Everybody that's came around really likes. Let's see how far they like that, which is pretty cool. But if you walk across this floor very heavily footed, then it runs on a magnet. Anyway, well, went the wrong way. Anyway, I'm just playing. There, that's I always like that. That's pretty cool. I think. So we come to a live stream to zoom in and out, look at the show. Anyway, that's what's always behind me. It just usually it's blurred. Oh, let's see. I haven't tried these other lights to see what they would look like in this camera. Oh, that don't look bad, does it? Here, that it's not flashing. You know, lot I quit using those the blue lights up on the bookshelf because they would flash because of the frames per second and lighting and all that. But anyhow, it is what it is. So did it get cold down there, Pork Chop? I don't I don't know how far that, cold front was. For very late tonight, and as still editing last night's video and watching the news about the local police officer was murdered in the town next to us. Oh, man, that's terrible. Hmm. Who they get who does it? Little Nippy in the 50s. And that is nippy for down there. Yeah, yeah, I'm I will be I'm keeping this camera. I had considered selling it, but I'm gonna keep it because I like having my Canon because I take it. I don't think I'll have anything. I don't know if I can spin it around there. We'll just take a chair. Dash and Grandpa's. Wait, which way am I going? There we go. Oh, oh, you can't see. Hold on. Well, you still can't really see. Anyway, I do my live or the reviews and stuff in there. Kitchen. But yeah, so it's I'd have to take the camera off, put it back on this mount, and just switch it around, and it's easier if I just have that permanently there. Be closing in at 80 in a day or so. Our forecast, I think it's showing 77 tomorrow. Oh Lord, what are they? What is Friday? 76 tomorrow, 84 Saturday. Here we are right now at 36 degrees. So anyway, it's that's a major. We have that roller coaster effect. It goes up in the summer, goes down in the winter. This time it's a major dive in. Michigan weather is crazy. 85 Tuesday, but today it was 20. Oh man, yeah, that that's a huge change. Especially for up there. I was kind of surprised y'all were that warm already. Not like I've spent a lot of time in Michigan, but I have been there. I was young, but I have been there. A town, and I could not tell you where it's at, but I can tell you the name because it was called Buckley, Michigan. I always thought that was Buckley, Michigan. That was kind of a cool name. I don't even remember if it was a little town or a big town. Probably a little town because I think it was probably hauling cattle up there back when I was a kid and rode with my dad in the cattle truck. I think that's where we was, or I think that's what we was hauling. I can't remember now. I just remember going to Buckley, Michigan. We ended up making 35 in an hour, turned it all off. So well, shoot, I appreciate you turning it off, but I wouldn't, man, if I was making that kind of money, I'd be out there making it. I wound up with, see, I think I got the calculator earlier. Well, I must have closed. I think it's 130 is what I wound up with for what I say, 4 hours? So, usually around here, $100 is good. A year and a half ago, 150, well, yeah, $150. 2 years ago, 150 to 200. I had several $200 days, 3 years ago and 4 years ago, but about a year and a half ago, it kinda went down to 125, and then now you kinda set a goal for about 100, and hopefully you make that 100. but it's not like I don't have anything to do. I now have a trail cam. I like the way that focuses. You don't have to sit there and go back and forth. That focuses quick. That can't tell, but it is a smartwatch. Well, yeah, it's a smartwatch and a dual channel dash cam. Not to mention a big TV stand. But I had the lawnmower, got that done. I had a um, pressure washer, got that done. So I'm getting glad I did get those done because I would not want to be doing a pressure washer review with it this cold. Wrong time of the year, but the other day it was warm. And maybe you will get yours worked out. If you don't, I know where there's one at. You just have to take a little road trip. Yeah, Spark today was really good. Last week it wasn't so good. But I don't know if it had anything to do with the deactivations. I don't know. And for some reason, and I'm not gonna complain, but I was looking earlier just for the fun of it, and, Dash Now, that popped ooh, there we go. Yeah, yep. Dash Now, and, Goose I looked at the scheduling, and there were, like, days with schedule well, you can't see the white, can you? That the white kinda blows it out. Hmm. Anyway, there's, schedules. She already told you that. Well, that buys well, if you, get up this way, I know where there's one at. They wanted me to do 2 videos on that same mower. We won't discuss all that here, so kinda aggravating. I really probably could s I was going to do it, start doing more, like, other types of reviews or videos on the Grandpa's Random Reviews channel, but I did do a couple of live streams, but, we could get on there and, might help people out on, uh, different ideas on things. I was surprised at, how hard it is to find people to do reviews. Um, I had one person that wanted me to find people, and a couple of people, some of y'all know, uh, contacted, some interested, some not interested, but there was some that does reviews that I found on, YouTube, and I sent them an email, and people are just some people are just not interested in doing some things, and on this deal, I kinda get it, but, I was told by one of the sellers, not the China dolls, but one of the sellers that it's hard to find people that will do reviews, and even China dolls told me that they have, I call them China dolls, it's one particular, uh, bit company, whatever, that they have, people that's got products for a couple of months, and they still haven't done the product reviews, and that's that would be bad if you had a new product out and needed a review on and you couldn't get somebody to do the review. It keeps going in and out of focus. Let's see. Could be that light behind me. When it changed that tornado lamp back there, it may change colors and everything. That may be throwing the camera off. I don't know. But, I don't know. I know I've been talking more about reviews and Amazon and stuff like that, but, this is still a gig economy channel, gig related, And really, doing the reviews is kinda gig related too. It's a side hustle. Mm, side hustle. It's a full-time job, I tell you. A friend of mine retired, I think it was yesterday was his official last day. He'd retired from the Air Force, and then I think it was Lockheed Martin that he was working for down in Fort Worth, but 18 and a half years with them, and I and I had made a comment on his Facebook post. I said, "Now get ready to really work now because you're probably gonna work more than you ever did for the Air Force or for the Lockheed Martin," if that was the name of the company. I think that was it. But the thing of it is you'll be working doing the things that you like to do. He's got a music store. He's got a big store. One side is music and the other side is sporting goods. I wanna get down there and check that out. But, yeah, I said, "You'll probably work more now than you ever did before." Because I know with me doing the deliveries, I've worked more and now doing deliveries plus reviews, I work more now than I ever did on a regular W-2 job, and actually, it's more stressful. Well, when I worked at Blue Cross and Blue Shield, that was pretty stressful. State hospital, not so I mean, at times it was, but it was kinda like a fireman. You either have a lot to do or you got nothing to do, and that's the way it is at state hospital. Everybody's getting along, there ain't much to do. People will get a little wound up, and you got more to do. But anyway, uh, you just put a lot more hours in doing these gig jobs, uh 'cause you'll see people that are working 10 to 12 hours a day, and some of them working like Mr. Womble here, working 14 and 15, 16 hours, and it's a lot of hours. But the difference is you're doing something that you enjoy doing. And I think I was supposed to make a video for Steve for Rideshare Rodeo. He's wanting you to make like a 30 to 60-second video talking about what you like about being a independent contractor. I don't know. I don't think he emailed that to me. I think he texted me that link. Can't put that up there. But anyway, if y'all check out his channel, you can check that out. And if you want to do that, it's just you just got to hold your phone up and do a little recording. But the main thing about it to me is you're doing something you enjoy doing. 'Cause if you didn't enjoy doing it, you sure shouldn't be doing it because you're going to put a lot of hours in doing it. And granted, the pay is better than a lot of W-2 jobs, not all W-2 jobs, but a lot of them. But you have to put the hours in to make that same amount of money. So, I guess it depends on what kind of career you were in, what kind of job you had or something. It kinda makes me think about a while back, somebody I think it was on one of Pedro's lives, they was talking about, uh, my mind just went, "Bing." Hey, Steve, how are you? Hey, Steve, if you have I know not many people probably are on here watching this, but that link, I think you texted me the link to do the 30 to 60-second video on what you like about doing gig work. If you have that, uh, you could post that if you don't mind, that ways it's there, and I need to do that, I haven't done it yet, and, anyway, yeah, I enjoyed it. I really had no idea it was I looked at my clock and it was what or my phone and it was 9:05. I said, "Uh-oh, I got to go." Well, I didn't realize it was that late. It was fun just hanging out. And the live streams are easier when you have some interactions going on, then you're not sitting there just trying to think of something to say. Me doing gig work is working longer hours for less pay than a regular W-2, but I'm much happier. So I'll trade happiness for a few dollars. Yeah, exactly. And see, if Steve gets if Steve gets that link on there, you could say something like that. I mean, I I guess but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's a link right there. Yeah, does this go to, like, a representative, or what are you gonna be doing with these videos? I know you probably wrote that, and I've probably read it, but it has slipped my mind, and for other people that don't know, you can say it right there. I've gotta do that, and I told you the other day I would get to it pretty quick, but oh, okay. Well, see, and hopefully they will get noticed, newjobsamerica.com. Okay, cool. That was I don't the Valentine's Day when they did the, strike, I don't know that that did any good, but I do know even my mother was asking about that, and she said, "Did you hear they striked?" And I didn't know anything about it until she told me. So that was good, not necessarily for the strike, but to being put out in nationally where people actually knew and heard something about it. Yeah, so maybe this will do good too. Every little thing helps, we may get stuff done, we may not, but you're definitely not gonna get no you're not gonna get nothing done by not doing anything. It's what I used to say, you can't move forward by standing still, you may trip and you may fall, but you can get back up and keep going, but you're not gonna do anything if you just stand there and don't do nothing. Anyway, yeah, oh, that's what I was gonna say earlier. Is on one of Pedro's live, somebody asked if they would, or maybe it was somebody asked me if I was that. I think somebody asked me if I was young, would I do this kind of work? And personally, no, but that's just me because if you're 50 years old or older, or if you are 19 or 20 years old working at McDonald's or Taco Bell or whatever, then yes, I would do this. But if you have an opportunity to go to work for the state, the city, county, some kind of government type job, then I would go that route and maybe do this as extra money. I would still do it, but it wouldn't be my primary. No. I just don't think it's where it used to be. Someday it may come back. I don't know that it will, but it's definitely got the opportunity to get better with things like this, doing the videos and getting them in the right people, in front of the right people. 'Cause most of those people sitting up there in Congress don't have a clue what any of this is really about. So I was really like to wondering why that camera keeps going in and out of focus. But nevertheless, it is what it is. But yeah, Mark did all right with me today. It'd be nice if it'd do the same thing the rest of the weekend. Usually, it's gotten to where I don't know about in y'all's market, but it's gotten to where here it from about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Saturdays are hit and miss. Occasionally on Mondays, but Tuesday and Wednesdays, you can about hang up your hat 'cause you really ain't gonna do much. most of the time. That's in this market. Every market's gonna be different, but exactly. Mike has been writing legislations for Congress for 20 plus years. The lights on the clocks, etcetera, behind you are changing the colors, which may be sending the camera focus crazy too. Yeah. Well, I kinda thought that little tornado lamp back there might be doing it, but it's even when I've turned to block that, it's still doing it. So, yeah, it may be these lights. Well, let's find out. Yeah. It's oh, it's the way I dress today. I'm in a flannel shirt. Now let's see if it keeps going in and out of focus. And I don't know, the DoorDash thing has really kinda thrown me off because, like I said, I was looking earlier and usually usually that is what I get, schedule. But a few times I've been looking on here and it said, dash now. Let's see. Well, see, if I was going to schedule, that would be a good schedule time. There's 4 AM to 6:30 AM, 11:30 AM to 12 PM, 30 minutes, but then there's a 5:30 to 7. I don't know, I may start dashing some again, especially like on Tuesdays and Wednesdays when Spark is really dead, and, maybe I could dash a little bit. I say that sometimes, and then I look at these items here that I've got to review, and I'm thinking, I need a, uh, time management or time manager. I need a boss that says, "You need to do this and this." Be my own boss is good, but, time me managing my time is not so good. You would think after 4 years of doing this crap, I would have some kind of system figured out, but my mom asked me how I get behind on doing the reviews, and I said, I don't have anything for a day or 2, and then all of a sudden, I'll get 2 things in one day, and then, like, well, I'll get to it tomorrow, but tomorrow comes, and then I get 2 or 3 more things that day. Before long, I've got 7 or 8 things that I've gotta review, and, it, can pile up on you. I need to work on that. My, my being alone is kinda threw my schedule off because well, I was more what would be the word? More productive when somebody else was around, but when it's just me, I'm not as productive as what I should be, and I guess it's still kind of a new thing to me. It's been several months now, though, but I don't know. Real talk with Roy. How are you, sir? Long time no see. Well, I've seen you. I've watched your live streams and pop in there and in and out, and glad to see you on here. And, we absolutely I got nothing really to talk about. All I've talked about is the camera I got in and, doing reviews, but and I've also said that all these apps are not what they used to be, and I've said quite a bit, and probably with some of the people that's on these live streams, not so much of mine, but some of them's on yours, Roy, and some of them's on Pedro's, they would wanna argue with me. "These apps are great." They're nothing what they used to be. Not in most markets. In some markets, they are. The lady that Steve had on his live earlier, she's in St. Louis, where Pedro and a couple of others are, and, the the work is great there, but places like, I think I've heard Ellen talking about Vegas, and Roy will probably tell you, it's definitely not what it used to be. How's you feeling, man? Are your health issues over with me now? Yeah, I, uh, pretty much back to normal. I'm probably not supposed to be lifting the stuff I'm lifting, but I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. If I can just get my cut in my belly to quit bleeding, I would be doing great. It's getting better, but man, it's been a month, you would think. But the thing is, they didn't put stitches. They used that glue stuff, and that glue stuff came off quick. You know, they make like 4 little incisions, I guess, for the robot thing, and then they make a big incision for the removal. But the little ones healed up within a week. But that big one, it's not doing too not doing as good as maybe that's normal. I don't know. Never been cut like that. I've been cut right down the side of the neck, and that, of course, I was heavily medicated during that time, so I don't remember it bothering me too much. My biggest issues then was I couldn't eat. Living on Ensure for months gets old, let me tell you. Anyway, yeah, I'm almost back up to normal, and, then I've gotta go back in and get another surgery that's gonna knock me back down, but it's not a major one. It's pretty minor, but get a hernia. What do they call that? Umbilical hernia. I tried to talk the doctor into doing it once she had me cut open. I said, "You're already there. Just move your needle and thread over a little bit," and however they fix a hernia now, I don't know. I know if they use those little what are they? If you had this done, you may be compensated for your money. The little patches. Anyway, uh, I had a mass in my colon. It turned out to be non-cancerous, which surprised my doctor because of the size that it was. Anything over 10 millimeters is increases significantly with the chances of a cancer being in it, but, mine was 40 millimeters, and but it was not cancerous, so that was a good thing. Now I can go now I got that out of the way, I can go back to doing what I was supposed to been doing anyway, medically wise. Uh, yeah, I never had anything like that. Yeah, I was glad it wasn't cancer, but I lucked out. I wasn't ready to be out of commission for that long. You know, I figured a week, maybe 2 weeks, but man, been 4 weeks before I really started getting back out, and I wasn't worried about ripping the cut open because you can see that. I was worried about ripping insides open, you know, where they go in there and they cut us sections out, and if any of y'all know what a tubular is, you know, like pregnancy, you know, they snip, cut, tie it, and whatever. For this, they snip, and then they sew it back together, and that's that little sewing back together is what I was worried about. I didn't know how because you can't see that. So, I didn't really wanna take too much of a chance. When I did get out and start doing stuff, I felt it felt like a cramp in your side. So, I kicked back for another few days, but I'm back out there now. I just don't wanna be carrying case after case of water up a couple of flights of stairs back and forth, you know? Carrying it from the car to the front porch somewhere is not too bad. And I do have a little cart thing that if I have very much to tote, then I would, use doesn't do any good to go upstairs, but I just don't take, I try to, for the most part, I try to avoid apartment deliveries. I just if it's a little order, I don't mind it, but if it's got a couple of cases of water and it's going to an apartment because the way they number it, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but the way they number apartments here, you don't know because it could be, uh, say, apartment 223, and you would think one of those 2 is on the 2nd floor, but that's not always the case. No. And most of the apartments I kinda know, but there's still some apartments, and I lived in one of the apartment complexes many years ago, and that's those throw me off. There is no rhyme or reason with those. One apartment I lived in, it was apartment 339, and that was the 3rd floor, but I avoid apartments like the plague. Yeah. I'd really and, if it's 4 or 5 sacks of groceries or whatever, if I can in each hand, 4 or 5 sacks, I can do, but I'm not gonna do 4 or 5 sacks on each hand, and then a couple of cases of water, I and then a 60 or 40-pound bag of dog food, because some of those people have huge dogs in an apartment. "How you doing, Ellen?" Hmm, hope all is well. 2 Vegas folks out here tonight. I don't even know what time it is. I'm not overtime. For some my phone has popped up. I guess Google thinks I'm trying to talk to you. Everything is everything that's an opening open end what do they call that? Open-ended? Oh, everything is good, yeah. Well, that's good. Everything's getting better here if I could just get caught up, and I was really kinda surprised to see DoorDash was more open now than what it has been, but like I said, Spark, it hopefully they cleared out some of the accounts that wasn't legitimate, and things will get better. I didn't watch the whole thing yet, but on the Midwest Express channel, he did a video on a data breach on Spark Driver Portal. I guess our personal info has been compromised. Did you see it? No, it was, um, my understanding is it wasn't the personal information. I don't know. Well, maybe it was, but yeah, that is the truth. I had read that, and I think that was on the national news, but apparently somebody had hacked into the system and they, deactivated a lot of people. You're probably multitasking. I do that. Just don't answer the wrong person that you're talking to, and they're gonna say, "What are you talking about?" And never mind. But, yeah, I don't remember reading about our information being compromised, but it could have been. But I did read on Reddit, who knows if that's the truth, that a lot of people got deactivated because whoever hacked into the system. I think that's not gonna surprise me if that don't start happening more often because especially, like, in big cities where you got a lot of people because if they can eliminate half of the accounts, it would, double your work. I don't know. But yeah, I may follow up on that and see. I'm kinda interested now. I didn't know about the personal information. I don't well, I mean, other than my Social Security number, I don't know what else they could get. Mm, I don't want them jacking with that. It's taken me a while to get my credit back up. it's a struggle. You're getting your credit and down, your numbers down, it's a struggle to get it back up, but I'm getting there. Gotta leave room for home and illegal drivers to get some orders done. I wish they and I don't think DoorDash and Uber and the rest of them. I mean, I may be wrong, but I don't think they have the issues that, Spark does, illegal accounts. I don't know. I did hear for a while that they were, uh you could lease out your DoorDash account and let somebody else use it. Yeah, there's a lot of illegal accounts, even here in Wichita Falls, and and I there for a while, they were scanning the ID. The facial recognition is fine, but it's like I had read that, these people that are buying these accounts are buying them in lots, 10 or 20 of them. So if they get one of them deactivated, they got more. They have multiple accounts, and if that something happens, then they just create new accounts, and and I know for a fact on Social Security numbers, you can buy those Social Security numbers. I know a company not too far from here that does that, or the company does it. There's somebody that lives in that area that has a conglomeration of Social Security numbers. That ways they can assign those Social Security numbers to individuals that want to go to work for this company that's down or west of here. But, yeah, because there's a lot of, um, illegals working there. But, uh, anyway, we won't go into it. But, yeah, I know you can get Social Security numbers and stuff like that. So it's nothing to set up a Spark account, and apparently they buy a lot of them. A lot, as in a 10 or 20 of them, and I can see that happening. I really do, because you can't deactivate a driver and then you wind up seeing that same driver, uh, out delivering because they've got another account, so it's obvious they have more than one account, and from my understanding is Walmart knows it, and they just look away. Eventually, it would seem like, uh people be stealing stuff, but I guess these people are whether they're illegals or not, they're trying to make money, and I get it. I get trying to make money, and, the bad thing is there's just a lot of people that are illegal that can't make the money because of the illegals, but the the person themselves, I don't blame them for what they do, unless they're doing 10, 15 different accounts and just manipulating the system and all that. But if they're legitimately working to try to make money to feed their family, I get it. But I don't get where they're just trying to get it all for themselves and running multiple accounts. Because there are people even here that I know they're running bots, but if the store at the store level is about the only way you're gonna stop it, I think. And that would be checking IDs befo and I have read that they did that at some Walmarts up north, that they was checking IDs of the drivers, and if it didn't match up, they didn't get the load. I wish I don't know if they have the legal right to do that, I don't know, but I wish they would it wouldn't bother me at all. It wouldn't take but 15 seconds, and then I guarantee you Reddit would be filled up with, "Oh, this is not right, they can't do that." It's probably because they're illegals. Illegal accounts. I'm not talking about illegal people, but illegal accounts. People who's running a different name, not that person. Down here, we would Down here, they would go to a local flea market and get Social Security cards that looks just like yours and mine. Yeah. Well, I know. Yeah, I know at this company, they know what's going on, but it's kind of probably about like what Walmart does. Walmart knows what's going on, but they've got enough to say, "We don't know. They put this information in, that's all we have. We don't have any way to, like, really verify it. We just they have proof." And, that covers them, but then you got these people that's coming up with these Social Security numbers and all that, and I don't know. Something's gotta give sometime, and it will, you know? Eventually, it'll all come to a head sooner or later. I don't know, it's still getting out in and out of focus, so it might not have been the lights. Uh, may just be jumping from the back to the front, I don't know. I'm still gonna keep this camera though, because I still like the idea of having that camera versus using my Canon. It's a hassle because the Canon, you have to hook up your USB-C plug, then I have to put in my dummy battery, because the battery on running live stream on that DSLR will drain a battery pretty quick. When I first started using it, the picture would go out, and it took me a while to figure out it's because the battery went dead. So, but you can buy dummy batteries for these cameras. They run on there'd be an inverter. Anyway, they convert the 110 to 12 volt or 6.5 volts, whatever it is. I don't know. Anyhow, just another night of rambling. Was there that anything that anybody wants to talk about or say something about? And if y'all want to, for real, if y'all wanted to do that video and send it to that Dropbox that Steve put on there. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, cool. I was going to try to. I guess I would have to flip over to YouTube itself to copy and paste that link. Where did it go? I lost it. Well, I see it in StreamYard, but I don't see it there. But anyway, can you pin that? Wait, I wonder. Let's try to find something out. Delete comment, put user in timeout, ban user. No, I don't want to do none of that. Good Lord. What do you do? What does it do when you put a star on it? But I was wondering how you pin a comment to the top. I see, yeah, I don't think I like your lights. I don't think it made a difference having them on. You're talking about the live and on air lights? Yeah, I don't think it made a difference either. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to find out how you pin a comment to the top or like a link. Banners, browser. I'll have to get with Steve and ask him that. He's kind of my go-to guy when it comes to some of this stuff. But I don't know. Now I've lost the chat. Where did the chat go? Oh, comments. There we go. I think you put the link to a banner for it to pop up. Well, I clicked. Oh, Tonight's topic, use banners. Hmm, I don't know. I will find out because that link anyway. If y'all want to scroll up and see that link, you can do that video. I'm quite sure Steve's not here now. He's a busy man. I tell you what, if you want to talk, it's what kind of like doing gig work. Can you imagine running the podcast, live streams, and then doing curry and stuff like that? Steve is a busy man. He puts in the work, but he enjoys it, and that's the whole thing. To me, that's the whole thing about this work. You may work a lot more, and just like pork chop said, you're happier. And that to me, that's the biggest thing about doing this kind of work is I'm happier and I'm doing something I enjoy doing. I like especially like YouTube and stuff, but I like video editing and stuff like that. And I like the flexibility of doing the delivery work makes all this other stuff possible. Because if I was working a 10-hour regular job, I wouldn't I would probably be tired and stressed out, wouldn't even want to jack with doing reviews, and I would miss out on so much. So, flexibility and the ability to do other things, and that would be one of my advices to somebody, though, now that I'm thinking about it, not that anybody asked me my advice, but if somebody is wanting to start thinking about doing this full time, I would say, "No, I mean, just do it in your free time, do it because you want to do it, not because you have to do it." If you have to do something, you might as well be having a job that's got a 401k and, paid insurance and things like that if you're gonna do something you have to do, well, do it 'cause you wanna do it, right? And I was sitting there thinking, some people may not want to do it, but they're having to do it, but to pay the bills, but that's not really the case with it if you really think about it because you have to do it to pay the bills, but you're doing it because you like doing it, because if it was just a matter of making income because you have to, you can make income working at Walmart, and that's not beyond me to get if this I said it a while back, if it keeps going down, it ain't gonna bother me at all to go to Walmart and go to work. I worked for them before, I'll work for them again. I had no problem with them. I had a problem with, department manager, but not at Walmart as a whole. But I just worked there part-time. I remember when I was back home that I worked a full-time job and then part-time at cab driving at night, as well as buying and selling cars, repairing other people's cars too. Which probably would I can almost guarantee you probably enjoyed the buying and the selling the cars. I would still like to do that. Of course, cars now, uh, yeah, I knew his dad. His dad had a car lot. He was friends with my dad, but, when his son went to work for him, and now that he's gone, his son's got the car lot now, but I see posts on his Facebook, cars are hard cars are not hard to find, cars are hard to find to resell because of the prices of 'em, which I looked up when I had my car wreck that, I bought my car before the prices went up, and when the prices went up is when my car got hit, and I came out okay on that one. Yeah, you still work a lot, but that's the whole thing, you do it because you enjoy doing it, and in your case, it gives you and your wife some time together. I mean, y'all may be working, but you're getting to spend some time together, and there's a lot of married folks and a lot not necessarily just married, but a lot of couples that he does his thing and she does her thing. Well, he does his thing and she does her thing, and they don't ever see each other, and they're just waving at each other while they're passing, and that's not good. You know, maybe the only way some people, keep their relationship alive is because they ain't around each other a lot, but if that's the case, you shouldn't be together anyway. But if you can have a job or I'm not gonna say a job, but if you have a source of income where you can both do it and both be able to be around each other and spend some time together, that's that's worth it right there. Just to have the ability to spend time with each other. And if you got somebody to spend time with, spend that time with them. Don't let I see some of these, YouTubers and other people doing you hear them talking about all the hours they work, and they don't take any time for their significant other or even to have a significant other. And if you get to that point, what's life worth? If you don't have nobody to spend it with, the time with, wouldn't it be nice to say, "Oh, look what I got today, honey," and have somebody to talk to? That's a pretty good feeling. And if you got somebody, hang on to that. Um, but we're going off on a totally different deal. Time off means a lot. Whoa. Yeah. How you doing, Mr. Drone Days? I don't either, Jason. I don't either. I will eventually because I firmly believe that it is not good for man to be alone. And I'm not saying man as in men. I'm saying man as in human. Everybody needs somebody eventually. They don't have to have 'em right now, but eventually. Take it from the old guy. Yeah. That that's what I'm saying is you get some people that I know like National Level, he puts in a lot of hours, lots of hours, but he's got his wife there with him. He's not spending that time alone, sitting there talking to himself like I do. I was sitting there last night saying, you're talking to yourself." "Yes, I do know I'm talking to myself." "You think people are gonna accept that?" "No, probably not. So we better not do it in the public." "Yeah, we shouldn't do it in the public." Full-blown conversation. But yeah, you gotta take time. If you're gonna work all them hours, like with National Humble, I'm gonna use Bud Soda too. National Humble has his wife. They get to make memories, stop at McDonald's or whatever and eat and talk and, "Oh, did you see that car? Oh, yeah, I used to have a car like that," and blah, blah, blah. But then you get somebody that's single, that's working 18, 15, 18 hours a day. They don't have time for anybody else. And what is it worth? So what if you have $1,000 in the bank? It doesn't matter. What are you gonna do with it? You know? Just like your own days. Take some time for yourself. Take some time to share that time with somebody that you care about. Well, that went way off, didn't it? I do talk to myself, especially when she won't listen. She ever look over, "What are you talking about?" "Nothing. I understand what I'm talking about. As long as I understand what I'm talking about, me and myself is good and we good." But I bet y'all laugh and joke and cut up too, 'cause she probably calls you an old geezer or something. She may have some other things she might call you, I don't know. But it's all in fun, you know? The biggest thing is don't let this control you. Well, Brandon, if you ever feel like talking to yourself, pop on a live stream and talk to us. You know, I I, uh, I do a little bit of talking, but, and there's gonna be people that probably may disagree with me, but if you got a problem, a lot of times, and as crazy it may sound, a lot of times if you just sit there and talk it over with yourself, you've had most of you, including myself, had a good dad, and I still have a good mom, but and the grandparents and people in your lives, and you was around them enough to know how they think and what they would think about things, and you can kinda form your answers in your own mind, but make sure that it's not something really bad, like the devil trying to convince you to do something, you know? I've had a couple of times I used to go to the casino a lot. It was an addiction, like drugs and alcohol, smoking, um, and I've had a couple of times where I'm like, I'll deliver to Burke Burnett, and I'm like, "Man, I'm not very far from the casino. I can just run over there. I can spend $50." And I'll almost turn to the left, and I'll say, "Now, Brandon, do you really need to do that? You're gonna go over there, and you know you're gonna spend more than $50, or you can turn to the right and go back towards Walmart and make $50." But, don't let evilness I'm not saying going to the casino is evil. I love going to the casino, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, ask yourself different things, and a lot of times you can come up with the answers, you know? That's just my thoughts. Well, I think we know more than a lot of the answers that we're looking for, we already know them. We may just be trying to convince ourselves of something else, but we know 'em. I worked by a guy that talked to himself all the time. Did you ever work with me? I try not to do it around people. I did have a patient one time, I've told this story before. In the day room at the state hospital, it's just, like a bunch of chairs and a TV, they call it the day room, but the glass windows, and, you can see your reflection, and she would sit over there and just talk to herself, and I walked up to her one day, and she goes, "You think I'm crazy for talking to myself?" I said, "Absolutely not. I think you're fine." I said, "The thing of it is, if you're doing it in front of everybody," I said, "that's what's not so good." I said, "Go to the bathroom or something and look in the mirror and talk to yourself. Do it with somebody not around." It's not the talking to yourself that's the crazy part, it's where you're doing it. If you're gonna do it in the middle of the store or something, yeah, people gonna look at you kinda funny, but, you're driving down the road in your own car or in your own home, I don't see nothing wrong with it. You've got a lot of knowledge up there. Just talk to yourself. I'm not saying we know all the answers for ourselves. Sometimes we need professional help. Sometimes we just need a friend to bounce an idea off of or talk to, you know? And that's why I think if you have a good relationship, then, you're lucky. I talk with myself when I don't want to follow the GPS. I figure out an easier route to put. Yeah, our GPS is kinda getting back to normal, but there for a while, and occasionally it's still I'm like, why do you wanna send me that way? That makes absolutely no sense." Listen to Chuck's dog Biscuit walking him what? Listening to Chuck's dog Biscuit walking oh, himself up when he's snoring so loud and barking at his itself sounds so funny. A bit like me and the canine. Yeah. But anyway, okay, I forgot that name, yeah. I watched him the other day. Left a couple of comments. He's just an old guy like me, trying to make a dollar. But I'd never figured I probably should go back and watch some of his videos because you would think dashing across America, he would, like, do what I wanted to do. Because I used to have the Dirty Shoes Adventures, and I would go from State Park and different parts of Texas and Oklahoma, and I wanted to, like, say, go to Houston, not in Houston, but, uh the Woodlands or whatever. There's some beautiful parks in that whole area down there. To go down there and then go DoorDash or something, then go back to the park and go all over the United States doing that, and I didn't get to follow through with that. Reality set in, but there's a lot of people that do it, so it's not an unthought of thing, but I thought when I first saw his username, I thought that's what he was doing, but it seems like he stays in one place unless he's hasn't been there for a while, or hasn't been there a long time. Oh, my fire started back up. Here, man, I thought it was completely out. I threw some more wood on there. Let's see, which way are we going? Yeah, there we are. Um, y'all feel warmer now? I guess I could probably do a live stream and just have a fireplace going. Some of the things that people watch on like TikTok and stuff or and YouTube, they'll watch paint dry. Yeah, we did do a little. Well, we turned it on. Uh, I tried DoorDash in where's the best shop? Anyway, which way am I going? See, there's that wood I was trying to burn off. We c- Here, move that. You can't really see it, can you? There's a stack of wood over there. You can kind of see it. Anyway, oop, wrong button. Ooh, the fire looks better than me, especially up that close. Get out of my face. I like I like having that remote control. That's pretty cool. Not very efficient with it, but eventually I will be. Anyway, I kind of like that zoomed out a little further. Uh, he has guest stars from other places that record and send him video to post from other places. Oh, okay. Is that what that so that's how he has his name is because he gets from different people from all across the US. Oh, that's cool. He's a cool guy, though. I have watched him a few times. Pretty much, I don't know. Pretty much everybody I watch, I like them. You know, uh, uh, Pork Chop or somebody mentioned Midwest Express. They's a good channel. He don't. I don't. He was doing Spark, but I think he got deactivated from Spark. Best I remember. So I'm not sure what he does now. His son was going to DoorDash across the USA, just hasn't done it yet. That's what I was wanting to do when I had a SUV and I was, camping, and that's what I started I can't imagine being able to make a living in that now But 4 years ago, I was 12.5 miles to the gallon, and I was making money, driving that big old it was the XL. It was a Denali. It was an older one. But, you could take that 3rd seat out and then lay those front 2 seats down. You could put a full-size air mattress in there. I had one of those plastic bins with the drawers in it, and I used it for a dresser. Had me a board with a fold-out leg. I could slide it out the back and set it up for a table. Had my lawn chair, had my little workstation right there. Man, I liked it. I was set up, and I was ready to travel around, but then different things happened, and here I is. I think that looks better zoomed out, don't you? I think I was too close. I just always have to make sure that I don't well, I've actually been pretty good not piling clothes on come to think of it, I have clothes in the washer. I just started them before I went to work today. So, they ought to be alright. Anyway, but I'm pretty good about not piling stuff up on my chair over there. So, generally speaking, I keep a pretty good clean house, but it's just me. If if you live by yourself, it yeah, your house is probably gonna be pretty clean most of the time. It's when you have company or kids and things like that, your house will get messed up. But, what is the name of that town in Missouri where it's the, uh, Bass Pro Shop main headquarters? Anyway, I dashed a little bit more, which is Oklahoma City, the suburb. I think we did 1 dash there just to kinda see what it was like, and then turned it on in Tulsa, but we didn't do any yeah, Springfield. We didn't take any orders in Tulsa, just kinda passed through. But, yeah, we stayed the night in Springfield, and I did 1 or 2 there, I believe, but I wanted to stay there because I wanted to go to the Bass Pro Shop. Well, man, that place is big. Anyway, y'all, I think I've wasted enough of y'all's time. Oh, you live in yeah, I was thinking you lived up there. We just turned it on, and we stopped there at was it McDonald's, the one that goes over interstate. Um, so I guess we wasn't actually in the city. I guess we was kinda on the edge, but anyway. Springfield also has Lambert's, home of the road rolls. I have no idea. Yeah, well, I mean, I knew it wasn't in Tulsa, but going that way, you know, it's like people that live in Dallas say, Six Flags, or people that don't live in Dallas think of Six Flags being in Dallas. It's not. It's in Arlington, but yeah, yeah. That place, they have redone it because back when I was a kid riding in the truck, dad would stop there and I mean, you can still kind of feel it, but back then you could really feel the trucks when they went under. But now, I mean, you can kind of feel it, but maybe it's just well insulated now. I guess they've redone it all. Yeah. It looks a lot different than what it did 40 years ago. I do know that. So, anyway, I've probably put some of y'all to sleep. On completely different subject, I finally made it to 200 subscribers. Like, cool, congratulations. That's a milestone right there. That's good. Yeah, and a gift shop. I noticed they had a lot of it seemed like there was a lot of different trinkets and stuff you could buy, and, of course, they got the statue of, what's his name? The one that is, uh, Roger, uh, Will Rogers designed the highway system in Oklahoma City and all that. I think, I don't know, I may be wrong, which probably am. Yeah, Will Rogers. Isn't it is that the name of the airport in Oklahoma City? I can't remember now. I know some people when they fly when you live in Wichita Falls, you either go to Dallas or you go to Oklahoma City to fly because our little airport don't fly out in many places, but some people go up to Oklahoma City. I've been putting on several dash cam videos that have certainly gotten several thousand views and have gained several subscribers from those 2. That's good. That's good. In all honesty, it really amazes me how many people watch, like the ride-alongs and stuff like that. Back when I first started this Dashing Grandpa, I'd had Dirty Shoes Adventures for 3 or 4 years, and within the first, maybe the first year that I had Dashing Grandpa, maybe not even a year, I passed the number of subscribers I had for Dirty Shoes Adventures. But I guess people are interested in the gig economy and making money more so than going hiking and fishing and camping and stuff like that. I guess money's where it's at, and money is in, uh, delivery work. Plus, your ad revenue will pay more once you get monetized on these top channels versus a camping channel. Your CPM your CPM is higher. And I didn't get monetized on Dirty Shoes Adventures, but I know several people that were monetized, and their CPM was like a dollar, dollar and a half. CPM on these types of channels is a lot higher. They can be up 7, $8, and some of them higher than that. I need to work more on my horror channel too. And what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. I've got something for you, and I actually got it in a box. I just need to print an address label. I'll try. I'm not gonna tell you I'll do that tomorrow. I will try to remember to do that tomorrow, but they're sitting in a box ready to go. I just gotta get them up there. Anyway, y'all, I am gonna go ahead and get out of here and, eat a bite and probably can't do a trail cam, can't do that tonight. I could do a smartwatch. Probably do a actually, I need to put a piece of furniture together. That's a lot of work, though. Whatever you got, like I did the bookcase. Let's see. Yeah, I did that by myself. But some of the other reviews where I put furniture together, it's much nicer to have somebody helping you. Not so much as to hold this or help you pick this up. It's to say, hey, that that piece needs to be turned or over because those holes are on this side and not this side. Basically, supervisor, that's the instructions on this said that on the bookcase back there, said that and you needed 2 people. You really didn't need 2 people, but there was some of the pieces, you could get them backwards, so that second person would have been a good idea to have to tell you to, that you're doing it wrong. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I have a supervisor on my ears every day. Well, thank God every day you got her too. If you got somebody, tell them thank you for putting up with you, whether it's you or them or whoever. It just, I don't know. I think the reality of being alone is really hitting me. I will get used to it, I guess. Got no choice. But anyhow, I'm out, folks. Appreciate y'all. You have a good night too, pork chop. Everybody, y'all have a great night, and hopefully it'll warm up in your neck of the woods wherever you're at. Because I don't know if I may throw some more wood on there just to burn it off. Really, it's going to be nicer moving forward. And before long, we're going to be complaining about it being hot because we are human. But anyway, I will see y'all next time. Y'all keep what is that? Y'all keep dashing, dancing, prancing, doing whatever it is you want to do. Just keep doing something, or you're going to grow old if you don't. I need to come up with something new, or just start saying bye. I don't know. Anyway, thank y'all for coming by. I enjoyed your company. You helped me more than what you realize. Thanks. See y'all next time. Bye.